All right, welcome to Saturday Night Gaming Time. It's getting a very late start this evening, so I thought I'd play kind of one of my easy comfort games that doesn't take too long as well. Maybe I'll only stream for like an hour or less. We'll see how it goes. Uh, this is 868 Hack. This is a fun little game that I've been hooked on for the past several years. I used to mostly play it on my phone during train commutes, but I don't have train commutes anymore, so I just play it on my computer once in a while now. It's often considered a roguelike, but it's very different from most roguelikes. I'm not sure if I would consider it to be a roguelike, perhaps. Anyway, why don't we get started with the tutorial to show how it works? We're dialing up with our dial-up modem here, I guess. Dialing 000. Interesting area code 868 Hack, a game by Michael Brow or Bro. He's a bro. I think it's Brow. Some words by Leon are not. Connecting. Welcome to the mainframe 868 56527 TISOP Smestorp. Future cores networked. Cooling vats operating at 33 degrees. That must be Fahrenheit. I don't know. Just above freezing. Daemon service is active. Virus scanners disabled. Cryptog security encoded. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm just realizing that my game is not playing the sound through my headset as it's supposed to be doing. Maybe because I let me just restart the game. Sorry about that. Basically, I paired my headset after starting the game, so I think it wants to still output audio to the speakers. All right, let's try this again. Hopefully this is no big deal to fix. Okay, why did it jump me right in the game? Let's go to the menu. Tutorial. We've already seen this part, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so I thought I would kind of, not just jump into it, but show how the game works a little bit first by following the tutorial. Anyway, welcome to the mainframe, etc., yada, yada, yada. So these are the 4 different kinds of enemies you deal with in this game. As you can see, this game has sort of a cyberpunk hacking into systems sort of a theme. I was gonna describe each one, but it didn't really give me the chance. Anyway, arrows to move. Let's just follow this tutorial. Get arrows to move. Hitting the arrow keys. Up, down, left, right. Very simple movement. And this square thingy that it's showing here is a spawning enemy of some sort. You move towards it to attack. You simply point in its direction. Pop. And now it is damaged. If you pop it again, it dies. Very simple way to attack. You don't have to press the button. You just move towards it, towards the opponent. The thing is, one cool thing about the attack is you stun when you hit. So that's crucial to your tactics in this game. One downside to shooting is you can't choose to move towards an enemy without shooting. And if you accidentally try to do so thinking your character will move, and you are this lovely happy face, by the way, if you try to do that, you'll just not move and you will shoot them. So you have to understand the mechanics of how it works, or you'll be in trouble. All right. Let's see. We'll see what else it tells me to do. Collect data siphons. Yeah, these tiny happy faces, like this guy here, are the data siphons. And they help you vacuum up stuff. We'll show you in a second. Hopefully there's another one down here. Actually, it's telling me now, siphon open cells for resources. Hopefully there's not lag. I keep seeing the wheel spinning on my stream preview. That's why I keep getting kind of distracted here. Well, nobody's joined the stream yet anyway. Hopefully it fixes itself. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any real issue. Anyway, yeah, you can see every space on this game, every square has credits and or energy. The yellow dollar signs are credits, as you see here. Let me put on my do not disturb because people always bother me right when I start a stream. Okay, there we go. These are the credits. And these are the energy. And they're basically just two different resources you use to execute cool programs within the game. I think they're called programs. We'll see. So what you do is you use the data siphon to siphon these things from the ground. And how it works is, you know, if I'm standing where I am right now, it'll siphon all of the credits and energy, in this case only credits, on the space I am on, as well as the 4 adjacent spaces, up, down, left, right. In this case, there's nothing here and nothing here. I think nothing above me. I guess that's the tutorial message. It might be covering some of the map, but that's fine. Let's just try hitting it. And you can hit it by pressing space, but you can also just click right here. Okay, so I did it, and it siphoned up all those credits that I mentioned on my space and the 2 adjacent ones. And that's why there are 7 credits here now. I have siphoned them up and put the credits into my inventory, basically. Okay, so the game's supposed to be playing sound. I'm not sure what's... And I see sound in my meters here, but I don't hear the sound. I don't know what's happening. Alright, I guess I'll just roll with it. Let me know if anyone actually watches this. Let me know if if you hear terrible things. I will just turn off the sound capture because it's not really useful, honestly. Anyway, let's see what it tells me to do next. Guess I gotta get the siphons. Alright, so you can siphon progs, which are programs. They're not pogs, so they're progs. And this number, well, first of all, here is the siphonable thing. I guess it's a prog. And each one of these has a number. And as you can see here, that means the number of enemies that get alerted when you siphon it. In this case, 4. Alerted means summoned, essentially. 4 enemies are going to appear as soon as I siphon that program. And the name of this particular program is D-Bomb. I'm going to siphon it by doing the siphon action. Now I've got it. 1 plus run progs. So now I have the D-Bomb program over here, and I can use it. But right now, what does it want me to do? Well, each of these squares is one of the bad guys that were summoned. And let's take a step, and we will see they kind of materialize after that first turn of being a square. So in this case, we have 4 of these orange bad guys that are called demons. And look at this, it's telling me to use D-Bomb. D-Bomb is it's basically a demon bomb. It's a special program that blows up the demons. So it's perfect for these enemies that the tutorial has decided to throw at me. So let's press it as it says. Boom. Now the way the D-Bomb works, it might explain this in the tutorial, but I'll just say it, is it kills the nearest one, which was right here. And this explosion kills everyone, or not kills everyone, but damages everyone in the radius around it, including diagonals. 1 square radius, including diagonals. Damages them by 1. So this guy here, this particular demon, has been hurt for 1 damage, and these other 2 were out of range, and so they're fine. But it's telling me to do it again, so I'll just do it. Now, D-Bomb always affects the closest demon, so you can pretty much always use it, as long as there's a demon on the screen at all. So let's try it again. It gave me enough energy to use it a lot of times. So that time it blew up the closest one, which was, well, there was a tie. That's actually an interesting thing about D-Bomb. If there's a tie for closest, it'll affect both of them. So it affected both of these because they are both, I guess it works like one. It was like this, I think. One, let me get this right. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So they were equidistant. And this guy got affected. He got injured by 1, but we still have enough energy to do enough credits to do another D-Bomb and finish off the last one. In the real game, you would not use that many D-Bombs at once, typically. Especially not in that scenario. Alright, holds that for description, it says, by the way. Did I miss that? Trying that before? I guess they're talking about when you right-click. You can right-click. And it tells you what it does. D-Bomb costs 3 credits, explodes the nearest demon. I kind of like explained how it works. So I'm going to get this other siphon. This is a special kind of, I'm not sure what you call these squares in general. The last one was a program, or a prog, because it gave me D-Bomb. But this is one that doesn't give you a program. It's just a point square. And it's going to give me 3 points. That's the pink number. While alerting 3 enemies, and typically those match. Anytime you find a point square, it'll match the alerts, unless you're using a special like ability to alter that, or some special effect is in play. I think it always by default is always matching. So 3 and 3 in this case. So I will get 3 points by using my data siphon right here, and it'll alert 3 enemies. It'll summon 3 enemies. So there we got our 3 enemies. We could use D-Bombs again, or we can just shoot the old-fashioned way, which I'm going to try doing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And now I have a little bit of a conundrum, though. If I want to finish off this demon below me, the one above me is going to hit me 1 before I can start pounding him. But remember, since you always stun enemies every time you shoot, if it's down to you and 1 enemy, you're at least 90% of the time, you are just safe. You just go bang, bang, bang. There's some exceptions. But if it's just me toe-to-toe with a demon, nobody else around, I can just keep shooting him. But I'm going to show you getting hurt once by zapping 1 below me. Ouch. So he hurt me by 1. I could have used a D-Bomb alternatively, but I decided to get hurt by 1. And now I will attack up. 1, 2, 3, and we are good. Ta-da. Alright. Now what does it want me to do? Enter the port. Yeah, this port here is the exit to the next level. That swirling thing at the top, right? You just use a data siphon right here or something, just for the fun of it. These guys are a different kind of enemy. The last ones were demons. These ones are I always forget their names. I don't know, the pink wedge guys. They can walk through walls. That's their deal. Every enemy has 1 power. By default, they all kind of take 2 damage, they move 1 space at a time, and they attack by moving into you, kind of like melee combat, if you will. But they all have the 4 types of enemies all have a variation on that theme. The demons have 1 extra hit point, so they take 3 damage. These pink guys can walk through the walls. Viruses, their special thing is they can move 2 spaces, and we also have the Cryptogs, I believe they're called. They're the blue enemies. Their thing is they're invisible if they are not lined up with you. If they're not in your line of sight is the rough idea. So you have to kind of try to keep track of where they might be mentally. So I zapped him, and alright, so now we're going to exit. That's probably the whole tutorial. Yep. So let's get into the game. Alright, so now we're in the real game. We're on level 1, or Sector 1 as they call it. And in Sector 1, obviously, oh shit. What? Not sure what happened. I think I accidentally used a data siphon while I'm trying to draw on the screen. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Didn't mean to use it there, but it's not going to break the game for me. Anyway, level 1 means there is 1, or Sector 1 means, first of all, that 1 single enemy will appear. I have to figure out what the button was that I did. It might have been Control-Shift-S. Maybe use a siphon, perhaps. Maybe because of S. So I got to be careful about it. Might have to let me remap my drawing tools thingy me jiggy here. My hotkey. I don't know what else to pick. Let's try. It's gonna be hard for me to get used to. But I'm gonna try what about just plain Control Shift? Control Shift. I have to pick Control Shift something. It won't let me get away with it. Control Shift Z. All right, let's see if that does it. Okay. So that out of the way. The number of enemies that start out on a level is always matching the sector number. So if you're on sector 1, there starts with 1 enemy, and he is right here, and he's one of those Cryptogs I had mentioned. So Cryptog, I can't see where he is because he's not lined up with me. If he were in this row or this column, I would be able to see him. Now I accidentally used a siphon as my first move, which means the Cryptog who started here must have moved 1 space. He started here, and I can tell he didn't move down because I would see him. Therefore, he must be here. That's where he is. So he's here. Okay. Yeah, so it's the S. So you can see my guy jump when I hit S. I'm still hitting my old hotkey because I'm not used to the new one. So I have to be careful of that. So he's here. And that means if I take a step to the right, he is either going to move here or here. And at that point, he'll be in my line of sight because he'll be directly next to me. And I can just go pop, pop. And I'll have him owned. Okay, I was wrong in one of my assumptions about something. I don't know what. Okay, so now I'm going to step up or right and probably get hit, unfortunately, because I misunderstood how something worked, I guess. Okay, I think it's because my first move... Right, I get it now. They start out as just these squares, right? What the hell? I didn't press down. This drawing tool is making me do weird things. Okay, the S is down. That's why, like, W-A-S-T. Shit. You know, I need to, like, redefine these keys. Maybe I just won't draw on the screen. I'll just wave my cursor around. Okay, so that guy's out of the way now, even though it didn't really handle that gracefully. So the first thing I like to do usually is grab the siphons if I can. Well, first thing I like to do is clear out the starting enemies, typically. Then I'll grab some siphons. And over time, more enemies are going to appear. I used to remember the way it worked. Is the lower the sector number, the more turns it takes. And the formula is something like, don't quote me on this exactly, something like 10 minus the sector number is how many turns it takes. Something like that. So if that number is correct, then it would take 9 turns on sector 1 for a new spawn to happen, 8 turns on sector 2, 7 turns on sector 3, etc. I could actually time it. Let's try to figure that out. Next time one of them spawns, we'll start counting. Okay, this is we'll start counting from now. So this is turn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I think it's 12 minus the sector number. Anyway, let's finish getting our next siphon up here. Now we've seen I think we've seen most of the types of enemies. I don't know if we've seen a virus. As you can see, that pink guy was able to walk through the wall. When I say a wall, I mean one of these, you know, program square things, whatever you call them. So now you have to decide what you want to do with your data siphons. Basically, I've picked them all up. The board is clear of enemies for the moment. What I probably want to do, well, you can save them for the next level. You can have as many as you can fit in this little box, I think. I usually don't save a whole lot of them. So I'm not sure if that's the exact limit, which would probably be something like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so. Maybe that's the limit. But yeah, you spend them, you know, to siphon stuff to get these procs. D-Bomb is a pretty great proc to get, so I'm going to get that for starters. This question mark here, that is a random one. It's a random outcome. It could be points, it could be any prog. And the bonus of that, since you don't know what you're actually getting, is it has one lower alert level than it otherwise would have. Excuse me. So for example, if it does turn out to be warp, which has an alert level of 5 right here, it would only have an alert level of 4. It's, you know, just the downside is that you don't know what you're getting. So anyway, I'm going to start with the D-bomb. And when you siphon, it's good to position yourself in the location that will get you the most credits and energy. So if I position myself above D-bomb right here, I will get 1 credit, and 1 plus 2 plus 1 equals 4 energy. So 1 and 4 isn't great. If I go down here, on the other hand, I get 3 credits and 5 energy. So that seems like the better choice. But as I move here, what I like to do generally, I'm about to summon 4 enemies. That can be dangerous. I see a new guy has just appeared, so let me take care of him first if I can. And then when we're in this lull between spawns, I will try to do the siphon. So let's do that right now. Okay. Now we have 4 guys to deal with. It could be rough. Let's see. And you always get this one turn, right? First you see the squares, and you can shoot them. Right? So we have to deal with 2 demons, a pink guy, and a blue guy. Took out 1 demon. Now that pink guy's above me, so I can shoot him while the demon advances on me, like so. Okay, it's working out quite nicely. And we have a virus who spawned in the meantime. He moves 2, so he's going to zip along very quickly. Nonetheless, I should be able to take out this blue guy before he reaches me. And trying to see if I can pull this off without taking a hit. I'm gonna break my rule and start drawing again. If I zap him this way, I take him out, virus is gonna move here, or, well, you don't always know when they're gonna move. That's the thing. He might move here, which would be great. But I have a feeling, it's just kind of a gut feeling, he's gonna go like this. And then what happens, right? My next move, he's gonna hit me no matter what I do. So there's another way I could play this. Another way I could play it is move up here. And the blue guy will move up here. And I don't know, the order in which they move, it's, I think, kind of random. It could be that the virus would come at me, bro, first. And then the blue guy would instead go this way, probably. So anyway, basically any way you slice it, it's not a great position. But I might try going up anyway. Well, let's see. Let's think it through. If the blue guy comes up, the virus is going to be down here at this point. Because it won't be able to go through the blue guy. Then I can just pick off the blue guy, and then the virus will be in a perfect place. So basically, it depends on which one moves first, and I don't know how that's ever resolved. From my point of view, it's just random. Okay, so that wasn't how I wanted it to go. It didn't go the way I hoped. So I'm going to finish off the blue guy, take 1 damage, and then finish off the virus. And as you can see, I have a saddy face now. That means I'm almost dead. You only take 3 hits in this game. You're a happy face, kind of a neutral face, or a sad face, and then you're dead. one hit at a time. So that's how it goes. And let's deal with this virus now. Okay, that's over with. Now I have 1 more data siphon I can use, or I could decide to get out of here because I am wounded and exit the level in the portal up here. If you exit through the portal, you do get healed by 1 level, so that's kind of an option that's reasonable. However, I'm only in level 1, or sector 1, so in a sense I don't really care if I die. So what I might just do is, I mean, yeah, I don't want to die, but if I just got started, it's not the worst deal. What I might just do is, well, I was thinking of getting the points thing here, but I don't really care that much about points at the moment. Warp I could get. I don't usually find warp to be super useful. I mean, it can be. What it does is it replaces a random enemy. So I don't remember how that works specifically offhand. I think it makes you, right, what that sounds like, based on that description, it sounds like it's saying an enemy over there transforms into another one perhaps, but that's not it, I don't think. I think it makes you replace an enemy. So if there were a dude over here and a dude here, what happens is it picks one at random and I just move there and kill the other one. I think that's how it works. So it's actually not bad. I don't know. I just never really used it a whole lot. I have, like, in my mind, there's a certain, like, core set of programs that are really important. They're extremely useful. I consider those to be debomb, push, debug, and antivirus. And I won't get into what all those mean at the moment. You can probably guess some of them. So it would be great to get warp. However, I have no more health left. And I would be out in the open with 5 guys being summoned. One of the strategies you can use in this game is to take advantage of what I call bunkers. If you look in the top left here, this whole section is a bunker. See that? So if I go here, and maybe I pick this one, Siphon, this one here perhaps, I'm fairly well protected because I'm in this bunker area. And most of the enemies, with the exception of the pink guys, are going to have to file in stupidly this way. And then I can pick them off one by one. It's only those, or mostly those pink guys who would be the monkey wrench in that plan. But bunkers are a great thing to work with. You just try to hide out and protect yourself. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go for the question mark. Why not? Alright, let's try. Oh, someone summoned. Let's kill him off before we siphon. Alright. Now, one thing you can do is, if I go here and siphon, I would get 2 for 1. So in a sense, it's a great deal. I would get the 4 points and undo. But the problem is I would summon 7 enemies in one go. So let's try the random one. And that is Poly. Poly is kind of like what I said warp sounds like. It randomizes the enemy type, but all of them, not just one. I don't find that too. I mean, it can get you out of a jam, but I don't really find it to be something that's like fundamental to your toolbox, so to speak, in this game. In other words, you know, I'm not that excited about it, but hey, it might save my ass one day. All right. So I'm gonna just try to pick off these 2 guys and move on to the next level. All right, so we got a demon and a pinky. I always forget the pink guy's name. And here we have a virus to deal with. Okay, we can run over to the exit now. Now, another part of the way I play is try to clear the board before you exit to the next sector, because strangely enough, all of the enemies on the current sector also go to the next sector. They follow you there, and they're in the same locations. And so what you wind up with is, say I go to sector 2 when there are 3 enemies on this level. So 3 enemies will carry over, and then 2 new ones would spawn because of sector 2. So it's usually advisable, unless you're like running for your life, to just clear the level before you move on to the next. All right, so we have 2, and one thing that we see over here on the left is that looks kind of like a good bunkery area. And on the right side here, it's way too open for my comfort. Open areas are very dangerous. But you can also see I healed up by 1 level. My face is no longer frowny. So let's step to the left, kill this blue guy, the Cryptog, kill the pinky, run for the siphon, kill this one who spawns. Alright, so far so good, pretty clean. Get this one. Here comes a virus. We can move right. And you can see the way he's going to move. Remember, they moved 2, so he's going to go like that. So I should be able to pick him off that way. Bonk, bonk. 2 of my favorite, well, just 3 of my favorite core programs are here. Push is absolutely invaluable. Absolutely a must-have. Antivirus, I would pretty much call that a must-have too. Just maybe without the absolutely. Like, I think push is the absolutely must-have. Antivirus is a must-have, and wait is a really damn good one to have too. So three core tools sort of. I mean, I don't know which one to start off with. Maybe I could get all 3 if I go for a 2 for which I could do by walking over here and then siphoning, which would grab both of these guys at the same time. That might be a good thing to do, really. Then I can get antivirus too. I'll have to deal with 5 enemies for the push and wait. But hey, they don't have push and wait. And what those do is, you can look at the tooltip. Increment enemy distance. It pushes every enemy on the screen away by 1. It's really great. Really, if you had enough energy to do it, you could win the game with just push. Right? So it costs 2 energy every time you do it. So realistically, you can't do that. But it's just so versatile, you know. Like, it's just an enemy about to, or 2 enemies surrounding you and they're about to kill you, you push them both away. And you can zap one, but then the other one steps towards you. You can push again, and it's repeat. So it's really, really powerful. It's just, you know, you have a limit to the amount of energy you're going to have realistically. Wait is what it sounds like. You just pass a turn, which doesn't sound great. But you don't have that ability out of the box, and that can be useful pretty often, too. And that will definitely be used throughout this game if I don't die quickly. Let's go and get our push and wait in one go. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So, we have our 5 enemies to deal with. Unfortunately, one of them is inside my area that I consider to be my bunker. And one of them is pretty much right at the entrance of said bunker. The other 3 are far away. They will be no threat unless they are, for a little while, unless they are pink, in which case they will be very annoying pretty soon. I'm going to step to my left with the hopes of taking out the one below me. Okay, so the virus is going to zoom over to me pretty fast, which isn't fantastic, but let's see how we can deal with this. Zap. So if I zap the pink guy below me again, the virus is going to hit me. And that may be a valid tactic, by the way, because you have, you know, your health is kind of a resource, right? Sometimes you have a choice. Do I want to use some of my abilities, my programs, and spend the credits or energy, or take a hit? Now, right now, taking a hit doesn't sound too appealing to me because I'm already damaged. And I have some more stuff to do on this level. But if I were a happy face right now, in other words, I was at full health, and I was planning on jumping into the portal to the next sector momentarily, I might just choose to take a hit because the portal would heal me by 1. So you always have to kind of come up with all the trade-offs. In this case, though, I don't want to get hit, so what I might just do is a push, which is going to put the virus in his pointy-eared form over here. I'm just having fun drawing. It's going to put him there, and then I can zap this guy, finish him off. And when I do that zap, he'll run right here. And then I can pick him off with these 1, 2. And then I deal with the blue guys and the demon as they start to approach my bunker. So that's what I'm going to do. So you can click here. You can also just press the number. So I can press the number 4 on my keyboard to push, point. And again, push, top tier, god tier, S tier, whatever you want to call it, program. I guess it depends on your playstyle, but I can't imagine anybody thinking push sucks in this game. So now we're going to finish off the virus, as I said. Now that new pink guy who spawned is going to put a little bit of a... It's going to be a little bit of a pain. Okay, now one thing I'm looking at is it's difficult to keep track of where this particular dude is, the one who spawned here at this point. He got to move many spaces by now. If I step to the left, he might be waiting for me to kill me or hurt me, so I don't know if I want to step to the left. What I could do is kind of just hang out again in my little bunkery area and let him come to me. There, we got one. Now the pinky's giving me a pain again. Okay. So now I have to figure out once again how do I want to play this. I could do a push once again. I might just do that. Let's try it. Oh, now I step up and 1, 2. Finish him. 1, 2, 3. Finish the blue guy. Alright, we cleared the board. Well, just as I said that a new one spawned. It's the blue guy again. Let's try to keep track of where he is this time. So this time, this would be good for me to know. After he becomes a square, does he move 1? think he just shows his face on that first turn. So that would mean he's here. Let's try to keep track of it. Now I'm going to step down, and he is... I saw him for a moment, I think. But now he's probably, depending on which way he went. No, he must be here, right? Because if he decided to go here, I would be able to see him. So he's there. And now if I step to the left, he's going to be here. Now if I step down, he's probably going to be here, and I should be able to see him. Yeah, look at that. So I'm almost doing this for myself, as well as for anyone who might be watching and learning the game. Good to try to follow where they might be. And now we just finish them off. Okay, so we have one more data siphon, and as I mentioned before, I find antivirus to be an extremely powerful and important tool in my toolbox, my 868 Hacks toolbox. There's two ways I could play it. If I get the antivirus from right here, it's a lot easier. I'm in my bunker zone, but I only get 2 of the energies. If I decide to get it from right here, I get 4 energy and 2 creds, which is a lot better, but at greater risk because I'm in an open area. And part of surviving in an open area sometimes is using your programs more. So I might just wind up spending more than I'm gaining by going that way. I'm tempted to do it anyway. 4 is not a huge number. I don't know. I think I'm going to see myself using a couple pushes anyway if I do that, probably. Or a D-bomb or something. Oh, let's see how it works out. Let's try it. Let's try the riskier way. Okay, let's deal with this guy. Okay, new one spawned. So again, I always like to try to, if possible, deal with what's on the board before I introduce any new ones. Alright, I'm going to do it right now. Hit the space bar. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so one of them is in the bunker, so he's far away. This one is far away. This one's far-ish away, but if he's a virus, he'll be on top of me in no time. This one right here is close, so I'm going to step to the right. I'll see who he is or what he is, and then just hopefully be able to pick him off quickly. Alright, yeah, so my fear came true regarding this guy. He is a virus, and he's going to zip over to me 2 spaces at a time. So let's deal with him, though. 1, 2... Okay. So I went over to the right. Now I have 2 guys approaching me, and one of them can move 2 spaces. I do have antivirus, which wouldn't be a very economical use of it, but it might be worthwhile anyway. What it does is it damages every virus on the whole screen by 1. And part of the nice thing about using these programs is they don't take a turn. It just goes. So I can use this, and the blue guy's not going to advance on me. And then what I can do is just finish off the virus for my next turn. Then the blue guy will be on top of me, and I just fight him the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it seems like the plan to do here. So let's use 3. And again, you can see this is, I expended something. I got extra resources, but I'm expending some. That said, there's no guarantee I would not expend resources if I had, taken that route. So let's do it. Antivirus. Boom. Finish him. As they say in Mortal Kombat. Finish him. And we are home free at the moment. Not home free, but pretty safe. Okay, let's jump down to Sector 3. And if there's any confusion about why I might want to do that, I'm out of data siphons. There's nothing left to do on the whole level, unless I just want to pace around killing enemies that spawn. But there's no reason to do that, because there's no concept of, like, experience points in this game. So I'm not doing that. Right, down we go. There are now 3 enemies spawned because we're on Sector 3. 2 demons and a pinko. Again, I always forget the name of them, and I usually wind up calling them a pinko. Alright. What I might be able to do is set up an economical use of a D-bomb here. Which means if I can get the 2 of them equidistant from me, 1 D-bomb will blow up both of them. But I might not need that. If I shoot down 3 times, he'll die. And this dude will strut over here. Although at that point, guess what happens with the pinko here? He goes 1, 2, 3. So he'll be close to attacking me. Now, if I go to the right, I wonder. I'm trying to see if I can do this two-for with the 2-for-1 with the debuff. If I go to the right, this guy goes here or here, and this guy goes here. That's the one thing I'm not sure about is how the spaces count in diagonal. But anyway, my point is if they're both 2 away, then I get the 2-for-1 deal with the debuff. I'm just not entirely sure if it counts as 2 away if he's diagonally away. Like, in other words, if it winds up like this, he's clearly, if I'm here, he goes there, the bottom one is clearly 2 away, but would this one be considered 2 away as well because he's diagonal? I don't know, and I should know that by now, but it'll be good to figure out. So let's try it and see what happens. Okay, so now I get to test my do my experiment here. Is it going to affect them both because they're both considered 2 away? Let's try it. It did. Perfect. So that's an economical use. It's very satisfying of the D-bomb. Alright, let's finish off the pink guy. No problem. Attack is a very powerful program, but you can see... Ooh. Okay. Something about this game is, it's easy to accidentally do stuff you don't want to. Accidentally use it. I think I accidentally used exchange. So I converted 4 of my credits to energy. Oh, it's not the worst thing. Didn't like burn something. Like if I had accidentally hit, I don't know, weight or something, that would be a huge waste. Well, a tiny waste because waste only uses 1 energy. Anyway, I just converted 4 of my credits to energy by accident. Okay, killed that virus who spawned. Let's get this. And I'll get the other thing too. Quiet tonight. I don't know if it's because I started tonight or because it started late tonight or because the World Series is happening or what. But it's all good. I'm just having fun anyway. It looks like the World Series game is over. The Yankees lost. They're down 2 games. Ooh. Dodgers are probably going to win that World Series. All right. I don't know which team is hated more. I think generally people hate the Yankees more, but the Dodgers is also a big market team that is often hated too, I think. But anyway, back to the game here. I'm going to get the downright siphon. And I have to decide which program I want to get here. Now, as I mentioned, attack is very good. But look how expensive it is. First of all, it's going to summon 8 enemies. That's a handful to deal with. But if you look at what it... Well, also look at how much it costs to use. It costs 4 credits and 4 energy. But what it does is it increments the damage you do. So you may have noticed that, you know, most enemies take 2 damage, except the demons take 3. If you have attack enabled, and it lasts for 1 whole sector, I believe, you kill everything in 1 hit except the demons, which take 2. It's quite a powerful ability to have, especially if you're, you know, you're trying to deal with a mob of enemies. I could get something else. Step, that can be useful. I don't use it a whole lot, and I don't consider it part of my core set of tools, but it's okay. You take 1 step freely with step. There's something to be said for getting points. Kind of the goal of the game is just to get a lot of points. I mean, it depends how you play the game. You could just try to play to win and not care about points, but ultimately it's satisfying to get on the high score chart. And there's also a global high score chart as well as your local one, so you can try to make that happen. So yeah, getting points is valuable in its own right, basically. But I don't know, I think I'm gonna get step or attack probably. Now again, attack would be rough. Show, all it does is show the hidden blue guys. As we've seen, those blue guys are invisible. I typically don't use show. It could save you. It could, you know, help you in a pinch. I'm kind of tempted to grab attack, as dangerous as that's going to be. But I could do it from this space here. And that would mean I get, in the process of taking attack, I would get 3 energy and a whopping 7 credits, which I'd probably need to deal with the ensuing army, small army that's gonna come. Let's try it. This will be fun. No risk, no reward, right? Or no pain, no gain. No, that's not the phrase I'm looking for. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. Attack plus. Okay, so much for making kind of a bunker-ish area up at the top right. That doesn't seem like a good place for me to run right now. And the question is, where do I go? I'm leaning towards going down to the bottom right corner, although that's not great either. For one thing, I'm closer to the top right. I gotta make a call here. I'm gonna go down. It's a lot of viruses. They're scary enemies to deal with, but at the same time, there being a lot of them means I can just zap all of them with an antivirus. I could even do it twice. Not super economical. Maybe it is. Compared to the alternative, could be I'm taking a lot of hits or using other things to deal with them. But let's start with one antivirus and then trying to pick off this one. So boom, that's satisfying. Go down one. The damaged guys all recover from their damage as they move. So that's kind of an added bonus. So I'm gonna ping him, finish him off. Yeah, now I see them closing in. It's a little bit scary. Yeah, I really could just do it again. If it has to deal with the pink guy, I might just fight it out, but that makes it a little more complicated. If I shoot up, let's say I kill the one above me, most likely what's gonna happen is pink guy goes here, this virus goes here, this guy is like here probably, and that's not a great position. I could probably deal with it and take a hit though. Remember, it's okay to take hits as part of your strategy, and it's best when you're, when you're already at happy face level though. Let's try it. Let's ping him. Okay. They kind of went a stupid way. I mean, sometimes, they don't coordinate. I think it's just random who gets to move first. So the pink guy moved down, which made it so the virus had to go around, and that's actually pretty beneficial to me, I think. But now, if I shoot the pink guy, there will be, for sure, a virus in my face for the next turn. Let's see. Oh, no, actually not. Huh. Alright, let's finish off the pinky. Pinky in the brain. Now, this is a little bit of a conundrum. If I finish off the virus, blue hurts me, which may be fine, but I could just spend 1 or 2 energy on a push. That would not be a terrible move. Really, if I were super confident, I would just be done with the level and I could go get healed by exiting. I would take the damage, but I'm not quite that confident. And also I got 17 energy, which is quite a decent amount. So let's do a push. Finish him. Finish him. Now I'm tempted to go hide in the corner now to protect myself a little better. I think I'm gonna do that. Of course, the pink guy, once again, goes through walls, so it doesn't really protect against him, but it protects against everyone else. So let's try to do that. Alright, so now I have another conundrum again. Interesting thing about the virus is you have to think in like parity of how it moves in twos, sort of. So if I kill him and deal with taking a hit, the virus will be here next turn, for what it's worth. But sometimes it's kind of funny, they wind up in a position where the way they have to move 2 is actually beneficial to you. For example, imagine the virus where I actually don't have an example off the top of my head. It comes up though. Alright, so yeah, what do I want to do? I want to push, take 1 damage, or what? I might accept 1 damage, I don't know. Let's accept 1 damage. I'll finish off the pinky. Point. Yeah, now I have to do something though. I could just do a D-bomb and be done with it. The board would be clear at that point. Otherwise, I could do a push and try to ping some guys 1 by 1. Hey, Stu, how's it going? I'm kind of talking to myself tonight. Got started late and just playing some 868 hack. But taking the approach of slowly explaining all of my decisions and everything and how things are working. I know you've seen this game before. Stu says sorry. I was watching Joe Rogan. If you watching his interview with Trump or something, I don't want to get into politics. I'm not going to go there. But yeah, I'm going to use the D bomb, which will take care of the direct damage. To reiterate, it blows up the nearest demon and does 1 damage to all adjacent guys. So because those two are damaged, it'll be a pretty economical use of the D bomb. So we press the 2 button. The Trump thing has like 22 million views. I don't have that. Damn it, that's not fair. Should I say stupid things too? All right. So I have one more data siphon, which means I could siphon one of the programs that remain on this level, such as step or show or score. And again, if you're playing to, you can play this game in different ways. You could go for the high score or just totally ignore a score. I try not to ignore score. I try to do well enough, but I don't really go nuts with it. But there's a special program that it's called score, and every time you execute it, every time you use it, it just gives you points. But it costs 5 energy, and the number of points it gives you depends on the number of sectors left. So right now I'm on sector 3 of 8, which you can see at the top right here. So that means if I use score now, I will get 5 points. But the closer you get to the end of the game, the less you get. And the reason for that is so you don't just kind of, at the very end before finishing the game, just spam score a lot. It kind of makes it so you have to, risk spending more energy when you're uncertain of how close, how well you're going to do to get more points. It's kind of an interesting trade-off. Anyway, that is only useful for getting points, though. It's not useful for, like, making you, allowing you to deal with enemies better. Step would allow me to deal with enemies better in a way. Shows hidden files. And again, what that means is the blue guys who are invisible are visible when you use show. I might get score just for the fun of it. Stu says points are not as important as survival. Depends how you want to play the game. If you want to just try to, push your luck and, well, really, honestly, this game is quite easy if you totally ignore points. Maybe not quite easy, but it gets more challenging when you try to push yourself to get a better score. I kind of like this positioning of score because every time you siphon, right? If I step up right up here and I use a siphon, it'll get me score as well as all of the energy in the space I'm in, as well as adjacent ones. So I will get a total of 6 if I do that. And I could even use score right away if I feel like it. But step would be nice too, step by step. Now, I'm gonna get score. I'm gonna get crazy and get score. It's gonna summon 5 enemies. Alright, we got 5 new enemies to deal with. I'm gonna step down and try to hide in the lower right, make a little bunker out of that. Upper right is a better bunker position, but I'm farther from it, and there's more enemies on the top of the level. So let's go down. Alright, looks like we got a whole bunch of the blue guys, the Cryptogs, and 1 virus. Pick him off, run a little bit. The virus is going around. So the question is, do I want to... I think I can pick off the blue guy, and then the virus will be right next to me. Okay, now I got another guy next to me, and another one spawning, so that's a little bit of a pain. Alright, I'm gonna have to rely on some pushes for a little bit. So the push program costs 2 energy, and it moves everyone on the whole map away from you by 1 space. And as I mentioned earlier when I was talking to nobody, one nice thing about programs is they don't spend a turn. They're kind of a freebie as far as turns go. It just costs the credits and or energy. Shit. So this fucking user interface makes me click on things all the time. I get so pissed off at that. So I used something by accident. I don't even know what I used. Did I use score? I think I used score, yeah. Alright. You gotta be careful when you I just click to like get the window focus back sometimes, and it makes me use a power. I guess I should always click on the left side here. Anyway, I'm gonna use a push. Kill him. Kill him. Now I got another Cryptog in my face. Alright. And I still have this invisible one. Now, if I were playing very carefully, I could try to keep track of where he actually is. I have no idea where he is. He's probably like around here or so. I'm gonna do it. It's kind of expensive. I'm doing a lot of pushing here. Like a woman in labor. I actually did that math slightly wrong. You get 6 points. I got 6 points. I guess you get one. You get 1 point if you're on level 8, sector 8. 2 on 7, 3 on 6, 4 on 5. You can see the pattern emerging. I guess they don't want you to get nothing if you're on the last sector. So you get 1 point. Anyway, I blew a lot of my energy just doing pushes a few times, but I made it out of that battle unscathed. And let's move on to the next sector. Don't know where he is, so I gotta do that. Do a little dance. Alright, let's go. Okay, onward to Sector 4. Once again, the number of enemies who spawn matches the sector number. Ah, oh, come on! I just used score again. I'm gonna ruin my game with this crap. Alright, well, I'm getting a lot of points. Now I got another 5 points. Alright. Yeah, sometimes the UI issues in this game can be so frustrating. Alright, so we got 3 viruses and a demon. Now, antivirus will nuke all. I'm really mostly trying to get my real mouse cursor to go away so I can use the in-game one. You see this nonsense? So annoying. So sometimes you gotta click and make it register, but I don't know how you make it work consistently. It doesn't seem like it wants to go away this time. Alright. So, anyway, I could use antivirus twice and just 1 damage to all the viruses, 2 damage to all the viruses, they're done. That's a little bit expensive and probably overkill. Nonetheless, these demon, with the demon on the right and the 3 viruses coming at me, it's gonna be a little bit rough. But they're gonna have to. The viruses are gonna be they're gonna be like the 3 Stooges going, "Get out of my way, shout ahead!" So at least there's that. I don't know. Let's just take a step up and see what we can do. Yeah, I mean the demon's in my face, like now pretty much. So do I want to use a D-bomb? I guess I probably will. Okay, I'm gonna hit 2 to use D-bomb. Just blow up the nearest demon. Finish off these idiots. All right. So that initial army is defeated. Now we control the board. So this is kind of the way the flow of most levels goes. You fight the initial army, try to clear them out. At least this is the way I play. Then I try to get the data siphons, picking off the ones who spawn 1 by 1. Try to keep the board clear before you use the siphons, because that's when another army will appear, essentially, for each siphon usage. And as I mentioned earlier when nobody was watching, the number of turns it takes for a spawn to happen is something like 12 minus current sector. So basically every 8 turns, a new enemy will spawn. Now I have to think, what do I want to actually get? I could get some points, like 6, 5, or 4. I could get Crash, Row, or a random push I already have. Crash Bandicoot. Crash is okay. I mean, that could really be nice, actually. If you're surrounded, it'll just clear everybody adjacent, kill everybody adjacent to you. Row is nice too. It does a zap like across horizontally. I have not unlocked Column for some reason. Column exists, but haven't unlocked it. You unlock some random program every time you play. Every time you win, I mean. On the iPhone version that I have, I've unlocked it. But now I mostly play the PC version. Anyway, I think I'll go for Row. There's also a way I could play it to get Row and Crash at the same time if I decide to step here and do it. I could also get Push, but that's a redundant push. I already have it. And that'll spawn 4 extra. So in total, I would spawn 13, which is absolutely insane, and I don't want to do that. And I'm not going to use score again, by the way, Stu. Yeah, I think I'm just going to get Row isolated, or maybe I'll get it in combination with the random one. That might be a little bit risky, but at least not insanely so. All right, so I got a redundant score. Great. That was dumb. So now, as I mentioned again when nobody was watching, when you pick a random one, it has 1 lower alert level, so 1 fewer enemy will spawn. That's kind of the benefit of taking the risk at getting a random thing. It's a little bit less expensive, sort of. But yeah, I got 2 guys in my bunker, or 3 guys in my bunker. So we'll see how I can deal with this. Here we go. All right, so let's point out what I'm scared about and what I'm not. This guy I'm not scared of. This guy I'm not scared of right now. This guy is okay for now. This guy's okay for now, but it'll be a pain later. Essentially the ones that are all near me. The no-brainer move for now seems to be ping ping, kill off that pink guy. So let's start with that and then see where I'm at. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Everybody advances, of course, so suddenly you're not in an easy place anymore. But the pink guy below me, maybe I'll just do a push. Now there is one program that I consider to be kind of part of any standard toolbox in this game, or any standard arsenal, any solid arsenal, and that is debug. Debug kills anyone standing on the program spaces, which 99% of the time is just the pink guys, because they're the ones who can stand on. They can move through the walls essentially. But if you use push, you can make other guys go onto them too. But yeah, debug is great to have to deal with these guys, because those are the bunker busters, right? You hide out in a bunker, which is my term for any kind of like sheltered area, like kind of like this. But the pink guys, you know, they give you a hard time with your hiding out in a bunker. So let's do a push, finish off the virus, deal with the pinko. Now we got another pinko coming up. So if I step to the left or down, the virus is going to hit me. If I step to the right, the virus will be closer. The pink guy will be closer too. Let's see what happens. Let's go to the right. All right, perfect. He stepped into my line of sight, which is good. That's what I want. Oh, here comes the blue guy out of nowhere. And Stu says, I think you should let yourself be dominated by the spaghetti strap top lady. Oh, this one. I forgot you used to say that last time I played this game. The demon is the spaghetti strap lady. Hey, it looks like a tank top or something. He's supposed to look kind of like a Pac-Man ghost sort of a thing, in my view. but with antennae. Alright, so if I attack to the left, I mean, obviously it's good to damage the blue. Ah! Okay, my finger slipped and hit D-bomb. The amount of errors I'm making in this... I didn't watch the Yankee game, but maybe with how they're doing, maybe they're making a lot of errors too. I made like, what, 4 errors now? At least 3. Anyway, I accidentally hit the key to use a D-bomb, which was not a good time to use it. That demon was not causing me trouble yet. It was not threatening me, and we were making spaghetti strap jokes. But now he's dead, we can't make spaghetti strap jokes. Okay, alright, zap him. I am going to do a push. 0 errors by the Yankee, just suckage, I guess, right? Okay, let's finish off the... I'm gonna finish off the virus and take 1 hit, it's fine. Alright, now we deal with the next spaghetti strap and the final virus. Alright, we're clear, board is clear. Alright, so the question is, what do I want to use the remaining data siphon for, or do I want to just save it and run to the next level? I could grab some points here or here. I could grab crash. The thing is, I kind of want to I only have one slot left for a program, and I want to get debug in there. Now, if you do have the full inventory of 10, you can get another one and it replaces one of them, but I forget how it works. I forget if it starts at the top or it replaces one at random or not. I think it pushes off the top one, which I guess could be fine. I don't really use Exchange a whole lot. It can be useful occasionally. Anyway, I guess what I'm getting at is I'm probably just gonna get some points or save it. Or save my siphon for the next level. Let's go for the 6. That's probably crazy. I'm gonna not exactly swimming in credits and energy at this point with all the errors I've been making. There'll be 6 enemies to deal with. Let's do it anyway. Let's get crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna let one spawn and kill it first. There we go. Might have to do it again. What I'd like to do, ideally, I step right here, and there's the full number of turns left to wait. But I think I'll just hit it now. Let's hit it now. All right, I'm doing it. Okay. Now I could just flee the next level, but in this game they all carry over, so that's not a good tactic to do unless you're desperate. Okay, so I'm gonna be using some stuff for sure here, bro. I could use an antivirus. Let's start with zapping him. Let's do an antivirus. Bonk, 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 bonk. A push. Zaffa waffle, weefle waffle, push. Alright, we're in decent shape. Ish. Still not exactly swimming in credits. Got a decent amount of energy though. Now, again, I always try to clear the board if I can before I jump to the level. Sometimes you do this too much though, and they somehow start accumulating, and that's when you're in trouble. Like, oh, I got 2 guys now. But it looks like I got it clean, and now I'm gonna jump. And as I mentioned before, anytime you jump to the next sector, you heal up by 1. So I will be a happy face again. Hooray, I'm a happy face. Okay. So now we're on sector 5 of 8, and there are 5 enemies to begin with. And they're mostly spaghetti strap demons. Engaging them right away. Bonk. I'll step down 1 into my little bunker. Of course, those pink guys always ruin my party with the bunkers. Alright, so how do I want to get out of this? I could go the D-bomb route, but then I'll be completely out of credits, which is not appealing to me. I'd rather spend energy and do like pushes if I have to. The thing is, I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lot of pushes if I go that route. Well, I'm gonna do this next for starters. Alright, I mean, D-bomb would get me out of this jam for sure. Pushing would... If I push, here's what's gonna happen, right? Everybody's away from me by 1 square. I can kill this guy easily, so he's out of the picture, but then, you know, they're gonna advance on me again. This guy would come right back, and then I'm kind of in a jam again. I'd have to push probably like at least twice, right? I guess I'll use this D-bomb. I could always make sure I get a lot of credits in my next siphoning that I do. I mean, there's only so many I can get, but I might be able to get, like, you know, something like 6 of them if I stood here and did it. And I summoned 8 enemies in the process. Let's just do it. D-bomb. Boom. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Delay is actually fun. Postpone transmission. What that means is you know, every time the enemies spawn, they spend one turn as like that square thingy. Looks like they're warping in or something. And if you use delay, they I think it gives you like at least one extra. It might be 2 extra turns while they're in the square. And what I learned is you can actually ping them in the square. You shoot them and they die with 1 hit. Normally you can't do that because they don't generally appear. Maybe they never appear lined up with you. But if you use delay, you can walk over to them and just shoot them and they just die before they even appear. And Stu asks, you can get 6 one step to the left also. Oh, and over here? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't get any of these program block thingies out of it, though. That's the thing. But, you know, it's not always bad to do that. Sometimes you just need the credits and you should do that. That's totally valid. But I think I'm going to go for delay and maybe stand, like, right here and do it. So I'll get 3 credits out of it. Again, using the tactic of trying to clear the board before I do any sunsetting. And also, you know, as they spawn, it's very easy to deal with 1 enemy in this game. 2 gets like, already it's a lot more dangerous. It's like exponential growth. Alright. I'm actually wondering if I should... Maybe I will take you up on your suggestions too and get the 6 with 0 risk. I do like to generally maximize my data siphons, you know, try to get stuff. But that's totally a good tactic here, probably, considering I have no crits. Yeah, let's do that, and then I'll get delay. Are there any other better spaces, though? Probably not. Alright, let's do it. 6 creds, woo! And let's let it spawn happen and get this delay. Alright, we got delay now. Okay. I could use it right now, I think. Let's try it out, it's fun. Costs 1 credit and 2 energy. Yeah, let's do it. It hit 0. Yeah, so now it takes a couple of turns for them to spawn. This is kind of also a learning thing for me because I've barely used it before. So I can make sure I understand exactly how it works. So, yeah, it gives you how many turns. I think it gives you 3 extra. It gives you 3 extra turns. That's actually quite nice. 3 extra turns. And as you can see, you can one-shot them when they're in that square they mentioned before. That warp square, whatever it is. So yeah, that can be a real boon. You know, you could just start a level and just, you know, maybe you start sector 7. 7 new guys spawn. Put that on. It only costs 1 and 2 credits and energies respectively. Maybe you can take out, you know, 2 of them or something before they even appear. Possibly even 3. Alright, no more data siphons, so nothing more to do but head to the portal to the next sector. Picking off the spawners as they appear. The problem is they kind of start coming fast now, so it can take a while. It's worth doing this though. You don't want to go to the next level with enemies already there, because a whole bunch are gonna spawn anyway. Like we see right here. Here's the thing: if I use delay here, I have to step down. I mean, yeah, the only thing I can do is step down 3. And then I could pick off this guy on the last turn of their warping in. So that would not be a very economical use of it, really. And that would positionally not be a great place for me to be in either. So I will just hang out in my little top left bunker here, probably. And once again, it would be good if I had debug for the pink guys who are going to ruin my bunker party. Here's the pink guy. When you don't have to deal with those pink guys, it's just amazing. I could just hit down. I could kill a whole army, guys. It's the pink guys. Give me a hard time. But debug just nukes everybody on the walls. I just don't have debug. So I have to deal. That's just how it is. How do I want to handle it? I guess just push. Push is an amazing thing in this game. As I said earlier when nobody was watching, I like to talk to myself apparently. If you had enough energy, just like push alone could get you through the game. Obviously you don't have infinite energy, but like you look at the other programs, like, you know, could you win the game with just exchange? No. Credits to energy? No. Could you win the game with just nuking all the demons? Well, it would help a lot, but no. Could you win the game by just waiting? No. Could you win the game with just antivirus? No. But if you just had push, yeah, keep pushing everyone away and shooting them. Anyway, let's do a push. Okay, now hopefully... no, not really. I was hoping the demon would be ahead of the virus and I could just kind of finish off the pink guy in the meantime. But virus is going to give me a hard time here. Yeah, man, I really wish I had debug. Poly. I should use poly more often when the pink guys are in the walls. Because that just shuffles all the types of all the enemies. And I'm not sure how it works if they're already in the walls. Like, say the pink guy is right here, and then I turn him into a demon. Does that mean he can't go here? I would assume so. So that'd be a good way to... That could be a good way to get them out of the wall. So maybe I'll try that next time. Right now, though, I think he can still attack me if I transformed him. Alright, though I might just use, actually, a D-bomb here wouldn't be the worst thing, or an antivirus. I think a D-bomb would be better than an antivirus. Let's do a D-bomb. So what that's going to do is it's going to blow up the nearest demon, which is him, and damage this guy by 1, which in turn means making him miss a turn. Right? Anytime anyone gets damaged in this game, well, any enemy gets damaged, they miss a turn. So let's do a D-bomb. Bonk. And I will take him out. Oh, that's not the right way to do it, is it? Oh, that's fine. Taking 1 damage here isn't the worst thing. Alright, we'll collect up our siphons and then figure out what we're doing from there. Picking them off as they spawn. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay, actually the debug available right there. I might go for it. It would be good to try to use that as sort of an experiment to see what happens when you replace one of your inventory. I think it pushes off the top one, which I'd be okay with. I don't really use exchange a whole lot. I mean, there have been times where I was glad to have it, but it's not like a core tool in my toolbox or a core weapon in my arsenal, so to speak. Debug definitely can be. So let's try debug here. Okay, let's take a look. Does exchange get pushed off? Yes, it does. Alright, I'm cool with that. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, but they're ripe for antivirus. I mean, a lazy way to do is I just hit bam, bam, antivirus, antivirus, and they're all done, but that's not economical. However, I think one usage might be very handy here. Let's zap him first, then I can zap them all. I think that's what I want to do. Antivirus, boom. Step to the left. Oh, that's right. Sometimes I fall for that still. And what I just did was I was trying to step to the left, but neglected to realize that the fact that there was an enemy here, the virus, meant that I had to zap him as my move rather than moving to the left. So that means if I don't use push right here, I'm going to take a hit next turn. Or I could use antivirus. Even if I do use push, I'll probably have to use push followed by a wait. I should have delayed. Yeah, maybe I should have delayed. Let's do a push. Now here's the thing, if I step one to the left or up, I'm gonna get hit, so I'm gonna use a weight, which only costs 1 energy, so it's not the worst thing. But... Alright. Alright, so I got my debug now. I have some credits and energy, not a great amount. I have a siphon to use still if I want to. It'll be fun to get more points. Should I hide out in that bottom right bunker and use points? Ha! I'm gonna try it. I get 7 money. That's true. Right here, right? To the left of me. Eh. Let's do that. Let's do that. You're coming up with good ideas for doing that. I get too greedy and I want to get the points and things. But that's actually good. You know what? No, I'm gonna ignore you because I could get five credits here. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm making the tough decisions here. Do I want to get the 6 points and the 5 credits, or and have to deal with the threat, or just 7 credits and 1 energy? Look at the 7 credits and 1 energy. I'll play it a little bit cautious. No, you don't use your debond if you just collect points. So this is just like adding 6 points and that's it. I won't lose debond. I'm definitely not going to get any more programs for the rest of the game. I'll do this for now. I think this is a good move. Good idea, Stu. All right, let's get out of here. Somebody spawns, of course, in the worst possible place. You know, I've said it a million times, but clear the board before you go on to the next level. Fortunately, the later levels, they spawn so fast, it's not easy to pull off. God, this is like the worst outcome of when you try to do that tactic that I like to do. When it blows up in your face and you have to use something or take a hit, which is what I'm facing at the moment. So I can shoot the demon once, but then the virus will be on top of me. Then I can shoot the virus, but then I have to deal with a damaged virus and a damaged demon in my face. Yeah, left seems like a good move for the moment, but now it's like, what do I do? I could use a row. It would take out both of them. I'd be fine with a push. I could just take 1 hit. If I were a happy face, I'd probably just take a hit, because every time you leave the level, you get healed by 1 increment. So it would be no problem. But, I might just take a hit. I guess I have 12 credits. A D-bomb wouldn't kill me financially, so to speak. I hate this. Can I just do a row? Be done with that. D-bomb would be cheaper and get the job done. I'm gonna do a D-bomb. Okay, exit the level before I spawn. No such luck. Hopefully I don't find myself in that trap again if I try the same tactic. Maybe I'll just run for it at this point. It's not great, but it's not really playing out how I'm hoping. In the later levels, you do have to make this sacrifice sometimes. Just accept it. All right, let's do. Is it worth doing a delay? I think it might be, because I could pick off one of them easily. Delay is not expensive, so I should really get in the habit of using it more. And you know, I can't really. It would be really awesome if I could just be like ping, 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 and pick off a bunch of them. But I could take out one, and also the delay would help me deal with the pink guy as well as try to position myself. There's not really great positioning I can do, but it might be helpful. I'm gonna do it anyway. Delay. Go down. Kill him. Here. Kill him. Yeah, that's good. It helped me deal with the pink guy I had left from the previous level. Now it's what do I do? I can shoot demon down. Maybe do an antivirus. It'll hurt all the viruses on the board, which is pretty economical, I guess. I guess for now I don't really need it though. I can just attack to my left. Might just do another D-bomb. Let me finish this virus first. Okay. Alright. This is gonna be a little expensive, but I gotta do what I gotta do. If I use debug now, these two pink guys are right on the wall, so that's pretty economical right there. They're gonna be a huge problem soon if I don't deal with them. So let's do a debug. I might just do a D-bomb. I think I'm gonna do it. D-bomb. Oh. Alright. So I'm a happy face. I got most of the board cleared. I'm not sure where Bluey is here. I kind of think if I pass one turn, he'll be on top of me. So let's do that. I'm going to do a wait. Right. My suspicion was correct. How do I deal with the virus? I'm really low on credits and pretty low on energy. I could do a push, and then I would not be harmed by the virus. Or as I always say, your health is a resource as well. If I take one hit before I finish the level, that's not the worst thing. However, there's no guarantee I won't get hurt again. I guess it's worth doing a push, sadly. I hate it, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Alright. So I got through that. Now, the next level is the last one. I'm not gonna be on the high score list by any means. I mean, I've gotten like, you know, I think the bottom of my score list is like in the 40s or something. So I have 17 points right now. But that's okay. Just having some fun here, really. Actually, I'm just realizing this area to the left is kind of a good bunker. Oh, shit! What'd I do? I hit Z, which did something. Z made me use a siphon? Okay. So I have my drawing tool thing that I'm always using. It's mapped to Control-Shift-Z. So apparently when I only hit Z by accident, that made me use a siphon. I wish I could, like, disable that or something. Maybe I should just stop drawing on the screen. I think that's part of the source of my I'll just use my finger like this. No, I can just wave the cursor around. Like I was saying before. Alright. Boy, I'd be doing so much better without making piles of user interface errors. But yeah, what I was trying to say is this is a decent bunker right here. And I could even try to collect a whole lot of points by using a siphon right here. Hello? Okay, I got creeped out. While I was talking, I heard a voice in my headset, and I realized this thing announces low battery and stuff like that. That's probably all it said, but I couldn't hear what it was saying while I was speaking, so I just heard a voice talking, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Anyway, now that all my late night insanity is out in the air, let's finish this game. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna run all the way to that other corner, dealing with these enemies as they pop up. Right now I'm thinking, do I move upward, or just keep going towards my siphon? I'm gonna go towards my siphon. Now that came off. Alright. Jeez. Okay, so I'm picking them off at a decent rate here, but they spawn so quickly now. And another way I could do it is try to get a whole lot of points by siphoning right here. Might do it. I'm gonna get a little crazy. God, that's gonna be crazy. 13. I've done worse than that. I've handled worse than that. Maybe I should sell for like the 8 or something. I don't know. And I could get more stuff in the process, like right here. Let's do that. Again, I want to try to pick off these assholes. God. Spawn time is stressful. Would this space be better than down below? So below the 8 I would get 4 and 2. Here I get 5 and 1. I don't know. Go with the 4 and 2. Ugh. Okay. Making me use a weight here. They're spawning faster than I can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would feel like doing something risky anymore. I don't know. I'm losing my confidence. And they're spawning so fast, I think I might have to deal with some of them just being in existence before I do my trick. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Shit. It's gonna be the end of me. But, you know, doing a little bit of a risky move. Not crazy risky. Alright. Let's do some delaying, maybe. Delaying tactic. Well, let me think about this. I'm in a pretty safe place, where once again, the biggest issue will be the pink guy that I do have debugged now. I think I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna do it raw. I'm gonna raw dog it. Okay, so I'm keeping my eye on the pink guys. When all three of them are on a wall, that'll be a great time to use. I mean, if that happens, to use a debug. The top right one. What the hell is he doing? I guess he's blocked by other enemies. I might have to settle. Oh, here we go. Let's go left one. I'll get 2 of them at least with the debug. Got all 3 of them. Good, good. That worked out. All right, let's use the debug. Boom. Zap him. Zap. Zap. Here's where you have to worry about like the parity of the virus, right? Look at him. If I zap to the right, the virus hits me. If I go left, and my plan works out how I hope, I should be good to zap the blue guy. Yeah. That was one of the options. It always depends. You don't know who's going to move first among the enemies. Okay, so I got a pinky to deal with again. I think I have enough turns to do so, though. Jesus Christ. Alright, really boxing myself in. Should I accept 1 hit since I'm running for the exit? I think I should. I'll consider that a resource used in the battle, but I might need a push or something on top of that. Yeah, look at the way they're positioned. It's annoying. Like the virus parody again. Alright, let's do a push. Two and through and through. Okay. Shoot, where is he? I think I'm safe to move off. Yes. All right, let's see if we can get out of here with a clear board. Once again, it does get tough towards the end. I think I'm gonna jump in it. All right, let's do it. Last level, final vector. Okay, this shouldn't be terrible, and a delay is a great start here. I just have to rush to the left. Unfortunately, this blue guy makes me have to zap him twice before I can even move to the left. Before I can move at all, really. Let's do a delay to start. We know we're doing that. Scary thing is I have none of the 3 credit zappers in my capacity at this point. Where are all the siphons? Do they only appear after? Maybe they don't appear on Sector 8, which I didn't really know. Anyway, let's kill the blue guy. Alright, now. God. I could have sworn there were siphons on this level, but anyway, I might be dead now. I am realizing this is going to be quite challenging. Well, if I can get by with 3 pushes, maybe I can pull this off. Now, will they go up if I push right here? The ones that were kind of to my left, threatening me. Oh, come on! I accidentally hit the number 2, which is Polly. Okay. Screwing myself. Can I do an undo? There is an undo program you can get. Anyway, now I'm down to 2 pushes. It won't let me hit it. Oh, it was delayed. Why was it so delayed? I don't know what the hell's going on. Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to just flee. I'm trying to go to the exit. But I can fight off. I have to fight off some of these guys who are kind of in my way here. That's the problem. It's a bitch. Hitting the wrong keys. I'm gonna blame if I lose. I'm gonna blame it on hitting all the wrong keys, and the other user interface errors. Well, I mean, I can attack twice up and still be alive. That's not great, of course. Actually, one nice thing about it, if I push right now, you can actually the only way you can have two enemies on the same space is via push. And then if you shoot that space, it damages both of them at once. So if I push, these guys, the virus and the blue guy will be on this exit space, and I can zap them and do a damage to both of them with one zap. So that's probably good to do. Maybe I can just rush it from there. Let's see what happens. One. If I do it, I'm gonna do it anyway, but I'm gonna get blocked by the demon, I think. I guess it depends how they move. Is it worth kind of retreating to the bottom right for a bit? Well, let's start with that. Oh, great. Now I'm trapped on the right too, sort of. I mean, it really depends on if I go left, it depends where the demon goes. If he goes down and blocks me, I think I'm effed. If I attack up, I'll be alive for a turn and damage the pink guy. Then I can finish him off in the next turn, but the blue guy to my right will hit me. And I'm not sure where the next blue guy even is. I gotta learn to keep track of my blue guys better. That would probably be an advanced skill to learn this game, just like always keep track of where all the blue guys are. Oh, this is a conundrum, huh? Do I have any hope? If I go left, is there any way I can deal with it if the demon steps down? I'm gonna go for it. Going to the left. There we go, I did it. Got lucked out, basically. Yeah, it's good. I'm a coder. With that data you stole, you buy a computer so fast it's shaped like a race car. I'm alive. I only got 26 points. It's kind of weak. But look, I unlocked Column. Remember I was saying I had the Column program on my iPhone? And now I have it on the computer version too. So I will definitely make use of that in future plays. I don't remember if I showed Row in this game, but Row just does 1 damage to everybody in the same row as you, horizontally. And Column, it's kind of the same thing, but vertically. Alright. So success. Not a high success, but a success nonetheless. Hey, actually, no, unlocking Column, that's a good success in and of itself. It's just I didn't even make it on my personal high score list, where my lowest score is 35. But I certainly didn't make it on the global high score list. If you look at this, I always have to wonder if some of these scores are cheating. Like, look at the 999. Like, come on, that's gotta be the maximum, right? Is there a way to get that good? You can get 999. The only way I can see it possible is if you use the score program a ton. How would you have all the resources to use it that much? It's got to be a cheat. That's kind of what I hate about all kinds of global high scores, is there's always cheaters. And yeah, you can... I try to, speculate. Maybe there's some way they could have legit got that, but... Or maybe there's some kind of a sort of an exploit, or just some kind of a combination of programs that lets you loop through, like kind of just accumulate a lot of points in a loop somehow. It's kind of grasping at straws here. But the other scores are quite high. But realistic at least. Like 121. That could be real. I think all the others are probably real except 999. 307 is still pretty insane though. And then it also keeps track of streak scores, like how many. It's like a cumulative score without dying, and these are my personal bests. I got 139 in 3 runs. And 3 runs means you win twice in a row, and then you die on the third. Stu said 999 is for sure. Yeah, it's gotta be, right? But yeah, these are my best streaks. Some of them are just one single run, actually. Got 69 in 1 run. But my personal best is... I'm looking at mine, right? If my personal best is 73, then... why doesn't it show up on the streak score? That's what I don't get. Huh. My 69 shows up there. I don't know. Maybe it only counts if you, I don't know. Maybe 1 run is actually when you beat it once. Maybe you have to beat it at least once to show up on the streak score. Okay, those are my scores, and the global one. Here's a global streak. Look at that top one. 667 runs. He got 1.7 million for. Okay, yeah, cheating. Was he one of the guys up here who looked like they were cheating? Yeah, look, he's the second one here. 999. That's got to be cheating, as Stu said. Yeah. Kitty Boy is the number 1 on the. Yeah, Kitty Boy and Black Cat are the. Oh, look at those names too. They both imply like a cat. It's probably the same player who cheated on 2 different accounts. Black Cat and Kitty Boy. You know, I always see the Plan B purchase. It's an expansion. I've played this game for years. I think this small developer is one dude deserves my purchase of his expansion, considering how much time I played this game. So I'm gonna do that. Maybe not right now live or anything, but I'm actually gonna sign off. It's quite late, but I definitely had a lot of fun playing this. For about half the stream, I played it for like no audience, and then I played it for Stu, and sometimes I see the number of viewers increase a little bit. So yeah, quiet night, but that's all good. It's fun anyway. And my bro Charlie Cat is gonna watch the archived version, I'm sure. Charlie Cat, he often pretty much after every stream I do, he comments the next day about he's gonna watch it, and he tells me about how he's gonna have his coffee or how he's gonna eat his dinner while watching my video. It's always nice to receive a comment from Mr. Charlie Cat. And he's also cool because he's on Atari Age, and every day he posts a Garfield comic. And Stu says, "Don't worry, we all have quiet streams sometimes." Yeah, I mean, I started quite late. I mean, you know. Yeah, tonight it was a bit rough. I didn't get to start. You know, sometimes things going on in the household, real life, in other words, keep me from streaming. And oftentimes I just cancel if I can't start by like 10 latest. But tonight I said, F it. I want to do a stream even though I can't start till 10:30. So here I am signing off at like 12:30, but that's fine. I have 420 subs. I should light one up. I had a little bit more than that last I looked. I wonder if I lost some actually. If it says 420 now. Yeah, I think I lost 1 or 2 since I last looked. But yeah, 420 jokes are great. All right, so that's all. So thanks for hanging out a little bit, Stu, and thanks to the, I guess, second person who's watching as well. I'll see you around. So have a good night. Take care.